Through the aid of the sixth sense, you will be warned of impending dangers in time to avoid them and notified of opportunities in time to embrace them. Hello, I'm Carla, psychotherapist and mindset coach, and on this channel, I help you get unstuck and reach your goals by exploring topics that shift your mindset so you can live your highest potential. We are continuing the reading of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and I will be reading from the condensed version, Think and Grow Rich in 10 Minutes a Day. We are on the 13th step to riches, the sixth sense. Let's dive in. Understanding the sixth sense comes only by meditation through mind development from within. It truly is an inside job. This sixth sense, this intuition, this connection with a higher intelligence truly comes from within, and we must get quiet to hear it through meditation, through just finding that quiet time to connect. It's not about miracles. Through the aid of the sixth sense, you will be warned of impending dangers in time to avoid them and notified of opportunities in time to embrace them. The sixth sense is that mode of perception known as the creative imagination. It produces new knowledge that is received by the mind as a hunch or inspiration. If you've ever had a near miss while driving a car and had an inclination that inspired you to avoid an accident, you're familiar with this mechanism. This is that little hunch or that little whisper right before you're about to do something. You're like, something in me just tells me I shouldn't do this. I will never forget one time I was traveling with my girlfriends in Hawaii and we all wanted to go skydiving. We had hired this company to come and pick us up from our hotel to go skydiving and really see the island from the air. That's a pretty big thing, right? I had never skydove before, but I remember the morning I woke up, I just had an uneasy feeling. I did not want to do it. And I slowly got up and everybody got up and we were all kind of looking around. And I don't know who said it first, but I was like, oh, how do you feel? Maybe, do you guys want to go? And everyone's like, no, I feel weird about it. I was like, yeah, me too. So we canceled it. And so there was something about our sixth sense. We were all picking up on it. Did that mean that something terrible was going to happen? Who knows? All we knew was that there was some higher intelligence speaking to us and saying, you know what, maybe this isn't for you guys today. And so that was one example of a time that I listened to that hunch, that sixth sense, just a little whisper of, you know what, maybe you shouldn't do this. And I took action on it. I can't say that I've always done that because I have definitely heard those hunches in different times of my life. I didn't listen to them. I went through with whatever it was. And poop really hit the fan. I got in big trouble certain times in life when I was like, I really shouldn't go out tonight. And I did. And I got in big trouble or got myself in sticky situations. But it's always speaking to us. That's why it's important to listen. The exact methodology by which the creative imagination operates is unknown, but it is clear that it is both mental and spiritual in nature. Refer to chapter 5 and 10 for the exact steps necessary to stimulate the creative imagination, which draws on both the thought impulses of the subconscious mind and the communication of infinite intelligence to generate concrete plans for the achievement of your definite chief aim. Remember, chapter 5 was the chapter on imagination. I did a video on that, so if you want to rewatch that, as well as chapter 10, the mystery of sex transmutation. Even though it is not completely understood, it is not a miracle. It operates according to the laws of nature, namely that our dominating thoughts attract harmonious impulses and seek outlet in physical form. Remember, every single thought vibrates on a certain frequency. We can feel other people's thoughts. Think about if you've ever walked into a room when people are grieving or someone has passed away, if you've ever been to a funeral. It's heavy, it's dense, it's sad, it's dark. As opposed to if you walk into a kindergarten room with a bunch of kids running around, it is really kind of chaotic and full of laughter and energy, and it's very active. It's a very bright energy. And so whatever thoughts, whatever mood we're in emits from us. And remember, we are electromagnetic beings. So whatever we're giving out, we're attracting back to us. So people that are in a happy, joyous mood are going to be attracted more to people that are happy and joyous moods. People who are low, you know, if you ever see those teenagers going through the really emo stage, they attract one another. They're sad and they like to listen to certain types of music and they attract, just like any groups of people. Birds of a feather flock together. That is the law of attraction. People who like to drink and do drugs hang around other people that like to drink and do drugs. People that like to hike and go out in nature, they attract and they are attracted to people that like to hike and go out in nature. It's pretty simple. We make it a little more complicated than it really is. As Emerson might frame it, your own thoughts and desires serve as the magnet which attracts units of life from the great ocean of life out there. Only the friendly units are attracted, the ones which harmonize with the nature of your desires. This final principle requires complete mastery of all the other 12 steps, which is why Hill refers to it as the apex of his success philosophy. He notes that while it might not be required to amass financial riches, it is the secret to self-actualization and other spiritual forms of wealth. For those searching for more than money, the sixth sense will bring them a deep understanding of their self, others, the world, and the road to happiness. That's really what this book is about. When we talk about thinking and growing rich, it's not just about monetary riches. It's riches in health. It's riches in relationships, riches in love, riches in purpose. Because yeah, say we get the money. Who are you going to share it with? If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So really, we want to be rich in all areas of life. Another great book is Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. That's a really good book as well. Napoleon goes into talking about the invisible counselor's principle. All men have become what they are because of their dominating thoughts and desires. That right there, let's listen to that. All people have become what they are because of their dominating thoughts and desires. Take a second to really think about what thoughts, what conversations dominate your mind. If we're honest with ourselves, we see it reflected in our lives. I've certainly seen it in mine. If one's childhood and environment influences were not conducive to developing key personal qualities necessary to success, examples, persistence and self-confidence, the sixth sense can be used to refashion one's character. He'll put what he calls the invisible counselor's principle to work by forming a mastermind group in his imagination with those individuals with the traits he wished to possess. This is so good. His original group consisted of 9 members: Ralph Waldo Emerson, Thomas Edison, Thomas Paine, Charles Darwin, Abraham Lincoln, David Burbank, Napoleon Bonaparte, Henry Ford, and Andrew Carnegie. Here is how to make use of this principle. Number 1, determine which character traits you most want to develop. This is a very, very powerful exercise. I did this and I created like 6 powerful affirmations. So I want you to really listen to this and do this exercise. It's very powerful. So number 1, determine which character traits you most want to develop. For example, I wanted to be punctual and on time. That's a character trait that I did not have that I wanted to develop. 2, identify which individuals, living or dead, embody those character traits, 1 individual per character trait. So I remember thinking of one of my friends who's always early, and she was the person I thought of for that character trait that I wanted to develop. Number 3, as the chairman of the imaginary committee, call your meeting into order, visualize each member until their presence feels real. This is a great exercise to use your imagination. In my therapy practice, there's an intervention called Internal Family Systems, IFS therapy, and it's all about going within, identifying different parts of yourself and discussing, having conversations with them, exploring the different parts of us and why we do what we do. But in this example, it's really finding people that you look up to, people that have character traits that you don't have, and imagining them in your mind's eye, imagining calling a meeting. So when I walk my clients through an IFS, a parts work intervention, I have them close their eyes. I say, imagine a big table and imagine all of your parts sitting at it. So this is what I did with Napoleon Hill's inner council exercise. I imagined this beautiful table in my inner mind. I was sitting at the head because I am the chairperson of this committee, this meeting, and I saw each of the people that I wanted character traits from sitting around the table. Number 4, use the positive emotions to stimulate and attune your mind to receive inspiration in the form of practical plans for cultivating these traits. The extra stimulation will ensure that your mind is more receptive to the insight of the committee. Number 5, using the principle of autosuggestion, address each imaginary counselor, requesting that they teach you how to cultivate the desired character trait. This is so cool. So like if you're in your mind, think about somebody you love. Say you have a grandparent or a family member that they always give you good advice, but they're not around. Say you moved far away or they passed on and they're no longer with us. And if you close your eyes and you say, what should I do in this situation? You know exactly what they would tell you, as if they were really there telling you. And so this is what he's saying. Really tap into the different members of your imaginary council meeting. Ask them questions and they will give you answers. And number 6, act on these plans immediately. All right, action item, assemble your imaginary counselors. Complete the 6 steps listed above to form the imaginary counselors roundtable. Begin meeting with them once a day and journal about any insight or change that results. All right, that was chapter 13, the 6th sense, the 13th step to riches. There is only one more chapter left, chapter 14, how to outwit the 6 ghosts of fear. This is such a good chapter. So we will finish this next time and I'll start another book by Napoleon Hill. And if you are a fan of Napoleon Hill and you want to study more, I am a certified coach with the Napoleon Hill Institute. All of my links are below. So if there's anything that speaks to you or if you want to study with me, please reach out. Again, thank you for watching and spending your time with me. Leave any comments, ask any questions. I have amazing resources, so just reach out. I have free PDFs and I'm here for you. So again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.